Okay, you guys, time to make some kanafa. I have my stuff ready to go. I'm gonna make a little one, just about this size, because if I make a big one, no one's gonna eat it. So I have the cheese ready. There's two types of cheeses that you can use. This is one that I get from Costco. It's mozzarella cheese, fresh mozzarella cheese. Or you can buy this from the Arabic stores. It's called sweet cheese. Either or, whichever one you want to use, it's fine. I'm going to use a little bit of this and a little bit of this, both of them together. And for a little one, about this size, I'm going to use half the dough, 1 stick of butter, and I'm going to use about half a tablespoon of this pastry coloring, Kanafa pastry coloring. Okay, and if you wanted to make the whole thing, all you'll need is shred up the whole package, 2 sticks of butter, melted butter, and a larger plate, which would be something about this size. Okay, I'm gonna start off by melting the butter in the microwave, and the reason I have a plastic wrap over it because when butter melts, it usually goes everywhere in the microwave. So I don't want that to happen. I covered it with plastic wrap. I'm going to put it in there for about a minute or a minute and a half to melt it all. Okay, time to crush the kanafa dough. And the best way to do that is just getting it out of the freezer and doing it right away while it's frozen. Instead of using food processor, you don't need to do that. Just while it's frozen, it comes out perfect. Okay, here's half the dough crushed really fine, and here's the other half, which I'm gonna put back in the freezer for another time. Next, what you're gonna do is add your 1 stick of butter, a little bit of the Kanafa coloring, and I'm gonna put some gloves on because this will turn my hands orange if I don't. And mix it really well. Okay, now that I have this all mixed, time to butter the pan. I have another tablespoon of butter, which I'm gonna do it pretty well. All the sides, corners, go everywhere. Butter it really well. I don't want anything to stick while I'm flipping it. Okay, here I have crumbled some of the sweet cheese, and I have opened the package, the mozzarella cheese, and you have to use unsalted butter. Remember that. I'm gonna take half the dough and flatten it on the bottom of the pan. More than half. You just need a little bit for the top. And keep pushing it down really well. This is going to be left for the top. Go all around and push it down, push it in. Okay, I have flattened it really well. Now I'm going to add the cheese. Remember, you can either add this or this. You don't have to do both, but I decided to do both today. This cheese already comes sliced. You can find it at BJ's, Costco, at any store. Just like that. Go all around. And then now I'm gonna sprinkle it with some of the sweet cheese as well. Okay, now time to sprinkle it with the rest of the dough and flatten it. You don't have to use the food coloring. You can skip that if you don't want your Kanafa red. If you want it yellow, just don't use it at all. Push it in. I already have my oven preheating at 375. Okay, here it is, all done. Now it's gonna go in the oven at 375 for 25 to 30 minutes until you see all the edges are golden brown, and obviously the cheese is gonna be all bubbly and melty, and that's when you know it's ready. And what you'll need also is simple syrup. So to do the simple syrup, I already have this made at home. I have a big jar of it already made, ready to go. All you need is 2 cups of sugar, 1 cup of water, and 1/4 of a teaspoon of lemon juice, and put it on the stove and let it boil for about 10 minutes, and it should be perfect. Okay, you need to have the simple syrup ready before you do the Kanafa, because as soon as the Kanafa comes out of the oven, we're gonna put the simple syrup over it. And if you want to make a bigger batch of it, just do 4 cups of water, 8 cups of sugar, and about a 1/2 tablespoon of lemon juice.